Ryan starts off this hour in San Antonio. Hey, Ryan, how are you?
My new favorite saying, better than I deserve. How are you, Dave?
Just the same, sir. How can I help?
Good deal. I have a question here for you. I just found your show about 2 weeks ago, and to give you a little background, I was in about $60,000 in debt after college. I graduated May 2017, and I was making dumb choices. I was still making child choices. I was doing what was feeling good. And so I decided to take a job out of state and move to Texas, where I could be away from distractions, and I just wanted to knock out all of the debt. So I also own a small IT business, and that business is cash flow positive. I bring in about an extra $5,000 a month with it now, and I work a full-time salary job. Now, all of my credit card debt has been completely paid off, and I was previously saving up for a house until I found your show. And I had about $25,000 saved up there, and I've been investing and playing in the stock market with about $10,000. Mm-hmm. I took the $25,000 and I split it between my student loans and my card note. Mm-hmm. So, but I still have the $10,000, and I'm having a hard time taking that out and taking away my contributions to my 401k because my returns are better than my interest rates. Mm-hmm. Do you think that is still the wrong move to be making? Mm-hmm. With that $10,000, I usually, it's been growing progressively. It's at $10,000 now but the risk is a lot higher, but I'm averaging about 10 to 14% a month on that. Mm-hmm. And my 401k is averaging about 9% a month right now. And my student loans have a 4% interest rate.
I think you mean a year. I don't think your 401k is making 9% a month.
Oh, I'm sorry, a year. Yeah, I am sorry about that.
That's okay. I thought I knew what you meant. Okay. So what is your income? Total. What do you want to make in a year? What do you make in the coming year? No, your household income. What are you going to pay taxes on in the coming year? You got $5,000 from the tech business, and you get your salary.
About $130,000 before
Good for
tax.
You. How old are you?
I'm 25.
Good. And how much debt do you have?
I owe $10,000 more on my car and $15,000 on student loans. Okay. 0 credit card.
Okay. So here's the question that I think you're asking, and let's see if I'm correct. When you're 35, which way will cause you to have the most money? Investing in your 401k now and getting out of debt slower and continuing your stock market game that you're playing, or stopping all of that temporarily and knocking the debt out, freeing up the cash because you have no payments at all, using that money to invest. Which one of those two ways will cause you to be the wealthiest at 35? The answer to the question is stopping the investing.
No.
Is that logical to you?
I mean, it is logical to me.
So the thing is, here's what happens. Okay, let me stop you, okay? I just tricked you, okay? Let me tell you what I did. I made you think long-term when I told you 35 years old. When you were presenting your case to me, you're thinking short-term. When you think long-term, your brain allows you to factor in risk. When you're comparing a 10 or a 12% rate of return to a 5 or a 10% interest rate on a loan, you're not taking into consideration risk and the slowing down of your life and everything else. Here's what happens with your life, any part of our life, mine too. What you concentrate on is what you win at. No one wakes up one morning and goes, I've never run a mile in my life. I'm going to run a marathon tomorrow. No, they get up and they train and they train and they train and they work a system and they work a process and they do the nutrition and they do the miles and they wear out shoes and they run and they run and they run. And then they're not surprised when they are able to complete a marathon and check that off a bucket list. When you're dating someone that you end up getting married to, you're unbelievably focused on that person to the exclusion of everything else, to the point your friends are sick of you. Because you're focused on that one person. And that's called courting in the old days, and it causes people to get married. If you do not focus on her to the exclusion of everything else, she likely will not marry you. Very few people just, love hanging out with people that don't focus on them. So, what you focus on your career, you win at. When you focus on nutrition, your body is in better condition. When you focus on nutrition and exercise, your body's in a lot better condition, and so on. And this is true here. So when you focus on getting out of debt to the exclusion of other things on a temporary basis, you will hit that goal faster, more likely, and will then be positioned to build wealth. So all of that's a big, long, drawn-out answer to say, stop your 401k, shut down your stupid investment plan with your stock. You're going to lose your butt on that. And pay off your car today. And then don't take money out of the 401k, but stop adding to it. And by this time next year, you're going to have an emergency fund in place of 3 to 6 months of expenses. You'll be 100% debt-free. You'll be saving towards your house, and you can restart your 401k. Probably won't even take that long. You're 25. You make $125,000 a year. Stop doing a bunch of crap and pay off the debt. You only got $25,000 in debt, and you got $10,000 of it in that one stock account. So we're down to 15. I mean, you ought to be debt-free in 20 minutes here, it feels like. Really. Focus on it. Don't try to do 6 things at once and do none of them well. And that's why we've had so much success, Ryan, helping people build wealth. Because we first get them out of debt, and your most powerful wealth-building tool is your income. It's not the spread of your investments over your debt interest rate. As I've interviewed millionaires, I never interview millionaires, and they say, Dave, the way I made my money was I borrowed as much as I could at 5%, and I invested it at 12%. I never hear any millionaires say that. I mean, never. Never. They say, I got out of debt, and when I didn't have any debt payments, I maxed out my 401k. Oh, and then I turned around and paid off my house, too, in 10.2 years. That's the average time a millionaire pays off their house. 10.2 years. And with no payments at all, ding, ding. We start ringing the bell, and we become debt-free, and we start building wealth. Good question, man. Thanks for joining us. And, oh, by the way, to some of you people who are on Twitter, never have we talked to a millionaire and interviewed one that said they made all their money because they saved on the expense ratios on their mutual fund. The reason they became millionaires is not because they concentrated on expense ratios. They looked at returns and consistent long-term investing. They invested and invested and invested and invested and invested. They didn't figure out reasons not to invest. A lot of you people have a lot of theories and do nothing with a lot of opinions about money. You're pretty sickening. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.